Welcome back to Surviving and Thriving, where we share with you the things that we have learned as we have transitioned our family from struggling to survive disease to thriving right smack dab in the midst of it, in the hopes that something that we share with you will help you, enlighten you, and encourage you as you transition your family from struggling to survive disease to thriving right smack dab in the midst of it. You have heard me say time and time again, I have stressed the importance of educating yourself. Educating yourself on what's available for you, the things that you can use, how to help yourself along this walk, and what you're dealing with your body, both traditionally and non traditionally, to get as much information as you possibly can. But with that, I feel responsible to also expound upon that, to also let you know that even though there's different ways of getting information, we get information from people. The internet is big right now. Not only can you Google something, you can YouTube something, right, to find out information. But don't forget that there's tons of books out there. There's medical books out there. There's libraries out there. There's a lot of different ways that you can get the information that you need, also by word of mouth. Now, with that, it is important for you to know that everything you read in a book or online is not necessarily factual, nor is it true, nor is it always written in the right spirit. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to be aware of that. You also need to be aware that everyone you see on YouTube is not an expert. A lot of people on YouTube, it's this YouTube thing, right, where everybody just want to be on YouTube, and it's not all good content. But you can look on YouTube and you can find some people who are talking to you as if they're experts on something, as they're knowledgeable on something, and they're really not. And they can be leading you astray. If you ever watch like hair videos, you can look at a hair video and they'll sit there and they'll tell you all this stuff you should do, and they're talking to you as if they know, they're an expert. They're not qualified. They haven't gone to school. They don't know anything. They're YouTubing and Googling and coming back and video recording as if they know what they're talking about. Then they come back later and they're like, oh, my hair fell out, right? All the people who are watching them are doing the same things that they're doing, and then their hair is going to fall out too. So be sure that you know who you're following. Just because someone is on television, just because somebody has written a book, just because something's on the internet, just because something's on YouTube, does not validate it as factual, as truth. So how do you discern and how do you determine what to pay attention to or what not to pay attention to? Well, I'm going to tell you what I do. Okay. Now, when I do research things, I don't look at one site, I don't look at one book, I don't look at one thing. I look at a variety of things on that subject and topic. Now, something you need to know about that is that when you're looking at stuff, especially on the internet, you can find a negative side of everything and a positive side of everything. For every subject, for everything, there's somebody who's anti, totally against it's going to tell you why it's wrong, somebody who's going to tell you why it's good. So you can find 20 websites that'll say vitamin C is good for you. You need vitamin C. And then you'll find 20 websites that say, hey, vitamin C is the worst thing you can do. Stay away from vitamin C. So you need to be aware of that. Now, when I am looking and doing my research for my own life, okay, I tend to stay away from a lot of things that have a negative spirit in behind it, that seems aggressive, that seems spiteful, that seem derogative. Um, I don't look at any of those things. Most of those people will usually have the anti of stuff. I stay away from the anti of stuff, but I do look at a lot of natural things. So if I'm looking online on the internet, I'll look at what naturopathics are saying and homeopathics are saying. I'll look at, things like that. And then I will also look at what is modern medicine saying. And then I balance that off of each other to see what I can sense in that and what I can see beyond what is being written on that. Also, what I do is I listen to my spirit a lot. I'm very keen. I pay keen attention to what's going on in my spirit. So sometimes I can pull up something, or I can even look at a title of something and I know in here, stay away from that. And usually I'll stay away from it. Every now and again I'll test it out and look at it and say, oh, that's why I was supposed to stay away from it. I can usually sense, my spirit usually tells me that's not good, stay away from that. But when I am looking at something, if you listen and pay attention, especially when you're doing YouTube or looking at blogs, right? A lot of people will come as if they're experts on a subject. But if you really listen and really pay attention to the information that they're giving you, you'll hear something where they accidentally say how they're trying it, they haven't tried it, they're gonna try it, but they're presenting it as if it's factual truth experienced by them already. But if you listen closely all the way to the end, they'll usually let you know that they just read it somewhere else, heard it somewhere else, they've never tried it, but they're presenting it to you as if they know it's a fact. Also, other than just listening and them saying something, you usually can hear it's in the way that they present it. There's something that's telling. Whether they say, I haven't done this before, or I'm going to try this, or I read this, they may not say that. Some people are really good. They may not say that, but there's something in it, the way that they're handling something, the way that they're doing something that'll let you know this is not experiential. A lot of people who have experienced things that are coming and sharing, you can tell, kind of like me, right? If I'm sitting here and I'm telling you all the things that's going on, you can tell that what I'm telling you is experiential. I don't have to think hard about it. I don't have to read off no notes about it. I'm coming from my heart and it's pure, and you can see that. Well, you can also see that on other people if it is pure and if it's not pure, if it is experiential or if it's not experiential. And I pay attention to those things, okay? Because I like to get down to the source, to the truth of the matter, because I'm dealing with my life. So I would advise you to do the same thing. Just don't believe everything that you read. Don't believe everything that you see. Now, when you are reading certain things and you're looking at certain things, especially on the modern medicine side of it, they'll give you a lot of technological stuff. Still kind of read through all of that. Read through all of that and get an understanding, get enlightenment, start getting familiar with some things. But in there, they may not tell you this is how you handle that. They may not tell you what will offset that problem, or what is the information that you need, what is the supplementation that you need to take. They may not tell you, but if you read it in between the lines, it's there. So you have to read what is written and also read what is not written. You have to read what's inferred. You have to read what's implied. Those things will help you, because sometimes, like, say for instance, you're trying to balance something out. Sorry, I'm hearing my kids in the house playing. Sometimes you're trying to balance something out and you're reading all about it. It's telling you this thing is incurable. There's no way to balance it out. They're giving you all this information on how it works. Sometimes in the information on how it works, you can say, oh, if I take this and this, that'll work. Or these things work with each other. So if one of these is off, it's going to throw the other ones off. Well, maybe I need to work on this because it'll help balance stuff out, or they all work together. So you need to look into all of that. Be aware. Also, with that, make sure that you understand the different amounts when you're looking at like supplementation and different things like that. Make sure you understand the difference between an IU or a kg or a gram or a milligram, all the different types. Every herb, every supplementation has a different kind of measurement that is used for that. And when you're looking at that, that will also help you to know how to supplementate at what level that you need it. But if you're going to go down that road, always consult your naturopathic doctor, your homeopathic doctor, to be able to help you with the herbs and things like that. But be cautious when you're online as to what it is that you are looking at and what you choose to believe. Never use one source as your only source. And all things, remember, do you, be you, do what's best for you and your family, do what's best for your life and your health, because every family is different, every life is different, every health situation is different. Do what you can live with. Okay, until next week. Bye.